Hi, Today All Day. We've got a great show for you on this Wednesday morning, including an all-day exclusive chat you can only see here. But let's kick it off with Pop Stars. It's been 8 years since The Office aired its final episode, and now 2 of the stars have written a book revealing how the show was made, and Carson has the first look. Check it out.
Best time of the morning.
What time is it?
Here we go. Pop star time.
You're the Flavor Flav to my Chuck D. I appreciate that. First up, Olivia Rodrigo is on Pop Start, the Gen Z superstar, teaming up with the White House to promote vaccines, and NBC News Now anchor Joe Fryer is to my left with more on that. Joe, good morning.
Hey there. Yeah, good morning. So, this comes amid low vaccination numbers for teens and young people. For example, only 25% of kids aged 12 to 15 are fully vaccinated. But Olivia Rodrigo is trying to do something about that. She's actually meeting with President Biden and Dr. Fauci today. We'll talk and record videos about the importance of getting vaccinated.
Today, Olivia Rodrigo is focused on vaccination cards, getting more of them in the hands of young people.
We want to get trusted messengers that people can relate to, as opposed to just federal officials telling people to get vaccinated.
Confirmation of today's visit came on Instagram, where President Biden posted a photo of his younger self Tuesday, writing, "I know this young person would have gotten vaccinated, but we've got to get other young people protected as well. Who's willing to help? I'm in," Rodrigo replied. "See you tomorrow at the White House."
Yeah, the videos recorded by Rodrigo will be featured on the White House social media pages. Oh, yeah, and on Rodrigo's platforms, the White House says she has more than 28 million followers combined across all her channels. So a little bit of a reach there.
You'd be hard-pressed to find somebody that's had a bigger year than Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah. Joe, thanks so much. Next up in Pop Star, 2021 Emmy nominations were announced on Tuesday, and after a year that involved a lot of staying at home and binge-watching, streaming services dominated the field of honorees. Netflix's royal drama The Crown tied for the highest number of nominations with Disney Plus's popular Star Wars series, The Mandalorian. Yeah. Each show ranking 24 nods, not far behind their top nominees. WandaVision with 23, Hulu's Handmaid's Tales, and our own Saturday Night Live both got 21 nominations. Wow. The feel-good comedy that's been sweeping all the award shows the past year, that is Apple TV Plus's Ted Lasso, got 20 nods. Yeah. The Jason Sudeikis-led show also breaks the record for most nominations for a comedy series in its first season. Season 1 of Ted Lasso has already seen quite a bit of success, taking home trophies at both the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice Awards. So congrats to all the nominees, including all of our friends at The Voice, which got nominated for the so congratulations to them. Up next, The Office. It's been 8 years since the hit NBC sitcom about everybody's favorite paper company aired its final episode. Series star Brian Baumgartner, who played accountant Kevin Malone, and the producer of the show, Ben Silverman, have written a book revealing how one of the most popular shows on TV was made. We've got a first look. It's called Welcome to Dunder Mifflin, the ultimate oral history of The Office. Its pages are filled with exclusive interviews from the cast, as well as never-before-seen photos from the show's iconic set. Welcome to Dunder Mifflin hits shelves on October 19th.
Wow. All right, Carson. Cool.
The Tokyo Olympics opening ceremony is now just 9 days away. Cue music.
This morning, we are getting an exclusive first look at what our athletes will be wearing as they enter the Olympic Stadium, fashioned, of course, by official Olympic outfitter.
I'm sorry.
There's Chanel.
See the belt?
There's Dylan. Look at our beautiful models.
Also works for pregnant athletes. Yeah. Those are cute. You're comfy, you guys. You look good. So cute.
This is so comfy, from like head to toe. The shoes are just...
And the scarves are cute.
Y'all look cute.
But before, okay, not that y'all aren't super special, because you are, but we want to bring in Olympic gold medalist next Connor Fields. By the way,
Connor.
Let's just talk about Connor for the second. He was the first U.S. athlete to win a gold medal in the sport at the Rio Games. He's hoping to repeat in a couple of weeks in Tokyo. Now, check out Connor's getup. It's a little different. It's kind of like a white jean jacket that that was the day. You got a white jean jacket on. And how is it? Is it comfy? You like?
Oh, it's super comfortable.
Yeah.
So, this is actually the flag bearer's outfit.
Got it.
Cool. And they haven't named a flag bearer yet.
Yeah.
But I'm just here to show it off.
Can you show the Can you show the back?
There's something special about that.
Ooh.
Look at that. Okay, see that?
Look up top, the round thing.
That vent.
It's like an Iron Man
Explain
thing.
that vent, Connor.
Yeah, so when you're at the opening ceremonies, you're there for, 4, 5, 6 hours.
Yeah.
And in Japan, it's going to be very hot and humid. So Ralph Lauren's actually come up with a cooling device to keep the flag bearer cool while they're holding the flag and
Little AC
standing out
back
there. Yeah, exactly. A little air conditioning back there. That's right.
So how are you feeling about the Olympics? I mean, they're knocking on the door.
Yeah, I feel great. Training's going well, and I'm really excited to get over there. I think this is definitely going to be a unique Olympics, right? I've been to 2 previous ones, and I'm just along for the ride. I don't know what it's going to be like over there. We have no fans, obviously, at any of the events. And
you got that one in the back.
Yeah, true. I have one.
One fan. It's a good one now.
Everywhere you go.
So I'm excited, though. It's going to be fun.
Connor, how do you practice BMX and push yourself to a threshold where you know you're physically ready, but you don't want to hurt yourself and jeopardize the Olympics?
I mean, that's kind of the magic question, right? It's like tethering that line of riding right at the edge but not going over.
Okay.
And I've definitely gone over a few times. I've got a few injuries in the past, but I have some experience now, and I kind of know where my limits are.
Well, I think if you get a minute, Google the lovely letter that Connor wrote his mom and dad, thanking them for all their love and support. That was really cool, and we can't wait to see you in Tokyo in a week or so.
And you wear that very well.
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
That's right. And by the way, you can watch the opening ceremony next Friday, July 23rd, live. It starts at 7 a.m. Savannah Guthrie will be in the chair with Mike Tirico. It'll be on NBC, followed by a special edition of Today at 11 a.m. Eastern.
And thanks to our lovely models to our left.
Yes,
Now,
indeed.
very nice. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Nice job.
We're going to go change for the 9 now.
We get to keep this, right?
Yes.
Nice.
No, they do. Photo's already called.
It's made for you.
Ralph's on the phone.
Welcome back. Today in the third hour, the gang shares how they got together with their spouses. Let's take a look.
Oh, it is time for Overheard on Third, and we've got a little relationship theme for this morning.
Yes.
Research from the University of Victoria in Canada suggests about 2/3 of couples start out as friends. They were friends for about 22 months before.
22 months.
Yeah,
That's
almost 2 years.
Specific.
Yeah. So were you friends with Uche before?
You guys know my story. I was a tour guide. I was at Northwestern. His dad pulled up. I was a freshman in college. He was a senior touring Northwestern's campus, and his dad asked me for directions. I was like, "You're so cute. I'll take you around."
But were you friends? I mean, did it start full?
You know what?
blown?
I thought, you know what it is? I was attracted to people who were quiet. Because I always wanted to see.
Yeah, what a shock.
Because I wanted to see if I could get them to talk. And so he talked to me.
You actually gave him an opportunity?
You know what?
Which is funny because with Uche, he is very quiet until you start talking.
Exactly. I did
and
that.
Then it's a long conversation.
How about you and
changed
Brian?
We were actually friends for several years.
And you were coworkers.
We were coworkers. We had like a group of friends. He was 6 years younger than me, so he was always just a friend. I mean, he was still in college when I'm like working. So it's like I didn't think of him as anything other than, just a friend. And then after we just got along so well, I mean, it was just, it made sense, so.
6 years.
Yeah.
That's almost a decade.
It is almost a decade.
Okay.
Wait, were you and Deborah friends first?
Yeah, in fact, I was like in that friend zone.
You were the
we don't
friend.
want to ruin a friendship, and I just worried.
How'd you cross?
Yeah, I was going to say, how did you?
She went away to cover the Olympics and asked me to look after her apartment. She had no food in the fridge or the pantry. So just before she got back, I stocked her fridge, stocked the pantry, left flowers. And,
So you were romantic.
well, tried it anyway.
It worked.
Okay, well, a British telecommunications company did a little survey, and to find out what people find most surprising once they're together. What are the things that surprise them about their partner?
And I'm sure they're not talking about like good things, right? It's usually
Could be.
Well, I mean, I think as a roommate, I find that Brian leaves cabinets and drawers open all the time. I mean, you go in the kitchen, you open, and you don't shut it again, or you pull out clothes from the drawer and you don't shut it again. Like that's the stuff I can slam, so he knows that I'm mad about it because I'm like, this cabinet needs to.
And then
shut.
it breaks.
This drawer needs
That's
to shut.
wonderful.
And Uche?
So actually, I will give it to Dylan in that we're opposite. I am the Brian. Uche, it drives him nuts that I leave all the lights on. I admit it. I try to do better. I'm working on it.
You just walk out of a room and leave the lights
No, I turn them off, but he just thinks like sometimes when we're in the room, he likes natural sunlight. That's what I mean. So I turn the lights on whenever I'm in a room.
What do you got, Stockton Con Ed?
I mean, sounds like your dad.
Yeah, there you go.
What about you?
I found it surprising because Deborah's such a serious journalist. She's really funny. She's got a really good sense of humor.
Yeah, way to put in a positive one. We're over here like...
and she can cook, most people don't think, but she's actually a good cook.
And she makes good drinks,
She
too.
just doesn't like, yes, she does, very much so. So find something positive about your partner and leave them a note about it.
Thanks, Therapist Roker.
Nice.
Welcome back. Today on Hoda and Jenna, we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of Legally Blonde with our latest TikTok, and it's Reese approved. Check it out.
Now,
You're wondering why we're in a robe.
It's Tuesday. Is it
It's Wednesday.
That's what I meant. Okay, from Tuesday to here we are on Wednesday. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's because we choose it on Wednesday and we wear it. No, choose it on Tuesday. We wear it on Wednesday.
Okay, so this was different. This just so we can remind you guys. These are the options that came straight from Donna's closet.
Can we just say that whenever Donna wears something,
we're always like, that's
we are like,
so
can
cute.
we borrow that? Looks so cute. I wish that we could wear it. You
okay,
know?
so we're going to look at our outfits. So those are Jenna's 3 right there. A, B, C, the green, the browns on either side, earth tones. Mine was that black leather blazer one and
that
the
darling
and the
jumpsuit, which I think even if it didn't win, you should wear it. And
the black and white. Okay.
All right, so let's
time?
do it.
Please step out to your area.
We should do it together?
Thank you. Of course. There's
All
only
right.
one way to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Drum roll, please.
1, 2. Okay, Donna Rama. Okay, will you stand for a second, Jen? I want people to see this outfit because can you guys see?
Where do I
don't know.
go?
Can someone shoot her, or is it against the rules?
Donna,
Okay.
no, listen. It's off those legs. Donna wanted me to show off my legs, and I am.
So that Rope can see you.
Okay, Rope.
Yeah.
I don't know. There I am.
Yeah, by the way,
you look so
it's
hot.
super cute.
It's cute. Thank you,
Donna. That's hotness. I like it.
You look so hot. This, I think, fits you like a glove. Can you give us a little twirl, please?
twirl? Okay.
I know this makes you so uncomfortable, but I love it.
Anyway, this is a Donna pick. They're fun. It's just, by the way, it's very cozy too.
Yes, this
and
feels
comfy.
comfortable.
Yeah, it's a little bit like what you guys.
Donna.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
actually
Mark Wahlberg?
that was a Mark Wahlberg shoot. He was so gracious during that shoot, Jenna. I got to tell you, there's a good thing there's no wind in the studio because whoop, my skirt just flew up during that shoot.
Wait. She said flew.
No, it did. I swear, it was not intentional.
Okay.
And yeah, I've worn that one too. It's it's.
Oh wait, look at Donna wearing that one.
With Jenny McCarthy?
Yeah, when we had celebs in studio, that was a fun time.
Look how cute. So what do you, Donna, be 100% serious?
Yes.
Which look, if you could have chosen among the 3 for us, what of the 3 would you have chosen for me and which of the 3 would you have chosen for Jenna?
What I want to see you guys next in, because I actually really want you in this,
Okay.
but I want to see you in the black blazer with the theory pants.
Oh, the theory pants. Yeah,
and I want to see you with the Stod brown dress with the slits at the front.
I just wanted to wear that brown dress. I might be borrowing it. Maybe I'll wear it tomorrow.
You're also going to borrow those shorts because they look hot on you.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're going to wear those another day coming up.
One day I'll wear them.
I'm sorry I'm a little bossy with this, but
No.
I just appreciate fashion and beauty, and when things catch
Okay,
my
but
eye,
now
and
tell
you
me,
guys
You know what I
catch
love
my
about
eye.
Donna? Donna's like a proud mom, even though I could be her mother.
We call her
but it's the
momager.
cutest, so thing. She's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I am, and it's
So,
genuine. I am
yeah,
so excited.
yeah.
You guys look hot. I mean,
Thank you.
Thank you,
I
Donna.
like
Thank you for choosing.
Thank you for letting
Okay,
us borrow
now
your
here's
outfits.
the tricky part about this. We look crazy together.
Yeah, that's the only thing. We
'Cause
sort of look
we
like I look
understand.
like I'm going to a 90s. I look like I'm going to a 90s party, like Alicia Silverstone, and you look like you're going to a 70s.
Yes, I do. I look like.
Or maybe we're both going together to decades party. Let's just pretend we are, okay?
Okay.
But before you put on this rad outfit, you had an exclusive interview with Sir Richard Branson.
You know
which was
what?
So interesting.
I have read about him and seen him on our show, but I've never spoken to him before myself. So what struck me about him, because you guys know that he flew on a space plane to the outer reaches of space, he's like a little boy. He's like a little boy who is constantly delighted by things. And I know he says he dreamt of this. He said Peter Pan was his favorite character. He loved it. He loved the whole feeling. So when he got to do this, and I asked him a lot of questions about, because some people saw it as kind of rich guys taking a joyride and what's that like? And he said that, there's some science obviously here, and he dedicates a lot of his life to helping the planet and helping people, and he's going to dedicate, as he said, the next 25 years to that.
Mm-hmm.
But just the floating, the weightlessness, the thrill, the rush, it was amazing. So here's just a little bit of the interview.
Saying yes is a hell of a lot more fun than saying no. This flight was 17 years in the making, with 800 wonderful engineers. So it wasn't, it wasn't risky in the same way that ballooning or boating was. It was, quite magnificent, and it's a dream. It was just a dream come true for all of us, just being able to create a space line that hopefully quite a few of the people who are watching this show one day will go up on and become astronauts.
And by the way, the lady next to him, Charissa, is an engineer. She works with him. She said her whole goal of working with him was so she could go to space. She doesn't have good vision, so she thought she'd never get chosen. Yeah. And she ended up getting to go on that. So what a rush, man.
Isn't that so cool? But I do wonder if there's something about his optimism and his kind of the fact that he sees the world through the eyes of a boy, the way you said, or you just sense that. That creates success.
It must, because he thinks,
instead of cynical.
Right, nothing's impossible. We can try. And by his own account, he's cheated death 75 times, he said. He said he was plucked out of the water, the ocean waters, by rescuers 5 times in his life. He felt something about a hot air balloon accident.
I mean, none of us can really take this thing, but I wonder if there is something about saying yes and seeing the world through an optimistic eye.
I think so. And the other quick thing about it is, I wondered if that kind of an aircraft, because it's a space plane, it lands like a plane. Yeah. So I wonder if that one day could be used in like a more consumer-friendly way, like to take a trip from New York to Tokyo and go super fast or whatever.
Interesting. It's
anyway.
So cool. Okay, so we got some TikTok love from our girl, the one and only Reese Witherspoon. You know that yesterday was the 20th anniversary of Legally Blonde, which I cannot believe.
Oh, fans were hooting it up, man. Elle Woods got tributes on social media all over the place. You remember the bend and snap?
We sure do.
Uh-huh. All right, we tried that. Let's see.
Tell me you're a fan of Legally Blonde without telling me you're a fan of Legally Blonde.
Got it? We got to let's get it right. We know how to do it. It's important. Okay, ready? Bend and snap. Bend.
Okay, well, that's our bend and snap.
Well, it didn't look. It felt better than it looked. Anyway,
it did feel better. Didn't everything feel a little bit better than it looks? But well, listen, we tried it, and even Reese liked it. She reposted it, and she says works every time. Nailed it, ladies.
Well, also, that was for the world to see, but you got your own special text from Reese.
Just said,
what did she say?
Said, you girls are funny. You girls are funny. And I loved it. And the magic. And so that made us feel
That's really
good,
sweet.
Right?
She's a really good person.
I like her so much.
Yeah.
You should, if y'all are interested, you should read the article about her in Time magazine. Like, she's really funny and cool, but she's also brilliant. And the work she's done with her book club,
this is amazing,
incredible. So
I know. I always look for 2 stickers: Reese's and yours. Not in that order.
What about
yours and Reese's?
What about
and Oprah's? Of course, the 3. All right. So this is a crazy video. It's going viral on Twitter.
Okay.
And this guy is doing some wacky things.
Yes, he's a motion animator and self-described video wizard. His name is Kevin Perry, and he turns himself into everyday objects.
That is weirdly mesmerizing. I mean, I don't understand what's happening.
Except for that you and I keep, like, thinking he's actually going to fall and start saying, oh, no, even though he's just turning himself into a balloon.
Okay, it's time for Unscripted. One of my favorite things that we do on the show, by the way, just to harken back to what happened about a minute ago, I love stuff like that.
Yes.
You have a talented singer. Do you remember when we did our show from in the studio?
Yes.
And that woman stood up and sang whatever that Whitney Houston song was? I feel like in this room, maybe not this one, but in other rooms, there's tons of talent just sitting there.
True.
No, it's waiting to bust out. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I walked out on the plaza because now we have people back, and this girl had a sign that said, "One day I'll be on Broadway with her mother." She literally stood there. I go, can you sing a few bars? And she was like, "Oh, sure." Hold on.
You videoed it?
I forgot. I just videoed it. Yeah.
Was that this morning?
Yeah, that was this morning. Hold on 1 second. But
spill it to me and not you. Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade?
I mean, sorry,
Don't you
I didn't mean to
love
pull it away
that?
so quick. But is that crazy? Like, there she was, walking around.
No, you're right. There's talent.
It's everywhere. I forgot
and
about
the fact that it was in a restaurant where she was working and somebody just took out their phone and then that changed her life.
Because, you know, there's always, like, you always wonder, like, where am I and where should I, like, what should I be doing? Like, what makes me unique? Because I feel like a lot of us do jobs and because you need insurance, you have to, you have to do all the things you have to do. But deep inside, there's something.
It's like, what's the passion?
What's the
passion?
Yes.
Can we also just say congratulations?
To who?
To Baby Spice.
Oh, okay.
Do you know that Baby Spice, a.k.a. Emma Bunton, yesterday she revealed that she married her partner of 21 years.
Wait. 21 years?
He was her partner for 21 years.
They have 2 kids. They've been engaged since 2011.
And they got married.
I wonder what made them finally tie the knot, decide that. Because that's interesting. If you've been together that long, you have 2 children. By the way, she still looks like Baby Spice.
I mean, that's what I just said. What I was thinking in my mind is that Baby Spice has changed. Not at all.
Not at all.
She's still a baby.
I think that's interesting because there are very few couples. We always say, well, what about Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell? Because that's the only couple that you can think of
that has just been partners forever.
Can I tell you who I fell in love with yesterday on an interview that we're going to have later?
Tell me.
Hugh Jackman.
Did he fall in love with you?
No. No. But there was something about, you know what he did, Jenna? He walked in the room. He greeted every single person. He said, hello, hello. And Laura and Mary told me when I was going to go interview him, they said when they met him one time, they said he sat in the makeup room and gabbed with them for 30 minutes. So when they said he's real. And when I sat there with him, I said they were right. And he said, who was right? I said, Laura and Mary. They said when you sat down, you'd feel like you've known him forever. And he goes, well, where are they? I want to say thank you. And they weren't there in that moment. And I thought to myself, like, that's pretty amazing. Really, I don't know what brought that up because I was thinking of marriage.
Baby Spice?
I don't know. Maybe
you were thinking about marriage and you were dreaming of marrying him. But I love his wife too, Deborah.
Oh, Deb
got
is
to interview Deb and
and
Hugh together, and you're right. He was so kind to me.
And he's so in love with her. Literally, he spoke about her as much as he spoke about anything.
He's crazy about her. Too bad he's not crazy about you. No, he is, just as a friend. Welcome back to Today Talks and our exclusive content you can only see here on Today All Day.
I love Today.
Wasn't Today great?
By the way, the woman we just interviewed from My Unorthodox Life was incredible. She's somebody who started over at 43. Like, no matter what your history is, can you imagine the day that you decide she started over, she lived this very conservative life. Fundamentalist life. And then afterwards, she decided she didn't want to live that way anymore. And now she's the CEO of a company. And all of this happened in 8 years. Like, you wonder.
Isn't it also so interesting because she was born into this community of Orthodox Jewish community. And she left it, meaning she left behind some siblings that won't talk to her. Her parents won't talk to her. So imagine the guts it takes.
Yes.
So you already have that. But then at the same time, within months, she had created a company.
I mean, I feel like she said she was finally herself. I mean, you know, when you hear stories, and I think everyone finds who they are as they go on, and sometimes you do feel like you're living inauthentically, you know, like you go through your life and you feel like you're a caged bird. And I loved what she said to us, because she said her philosophy is she waited 43 years to start something so she doesn't have 43 seconds to waste. Like, she's never going to stop.
I mean, isn't that the kind of philosophy we should all be living with? Because we really don't. It's like life is so short. It's like we should be using all these minutes.
I know. I feel like the lights go on in my house, to me, like after I take a break from something. And because, you know, when you're in a grind, sometimes you're just, like, I find that happens to me. And when I stop for a second and don't do what I love for a week or so, all of a sudden I come back and I'm never more happy to be back in it, in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Yeah. It's like you need to be away from something.
Yes.
And I think that's why you've been talking about all these moments of pure delight, just being delighted by interviews or seeing somebody in person. And it's because for a couple months or a little longer than that, we couldn't.
Can I tell you that Hugh Jackman story that I already told you? But I'm going to have to tell you again because I love it so much. So I interviewed Hugh Jackman, who I've never interviewed and have always thought he was amazing. And he told a story about his dad. His dad's an accountant who worked all the time tirelessly, never took a day off, raised Hugh and his brothers. And Hugh was going to be at Carnegie Hall for one day only. And his dad said, I'm coming. Lived in Australia, 24-hour flight, 24 hours in New York and 24-hour flight back, so he would only take 3 days off. So he said, Dad, it's black tie come. So his dad brings his black tie, and while his dad's flying, Hugh finds out that it's not black tie, it's business casual or whatever. And he says, oh, crap, I hope my dad brought something else. He said, Dad, I'm so sorry when he landed. It's not black tie. He said, don't worry, honey, I'll work it out. Yeah. He goes, but can I pick you up at your hotel and walk with you to Carnegie Hall? I want to do that, my son. And he said, absolutely. So at 6 o'clock, he said, there was like knock at the door. He opens it. He says he sees his dad standing there in black tie. And he says, oh, Dad, it's not black tie, it's business casual. And he said, oh, no, my son is singing at Carnegie Hall. It's black tie for me. And he sat in that audience, and he said he could see his father in the audience, and it just touched him so deeply and in such a way. And I just thought, like, in that moment, and Hugh seems like such a normal guy, yes. And it just struck me in that moment. He said, he was joking about, I was sexiest man alive, and he goes, you know, I like to work that in. He goes, but up until I was 30, I got nothing. I got no part I wanted. It's like if you live not receiving things, yes. And suddenly you get something.
Yes, you delight in it.
You delight in it.
And his dad,
is so real.
That image of his dad coming in a tux just because to celebrate his son is one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. Okay, and you cried, right?
Of course I did.
All right, well, that's it for this episode of Today Talks. Keep watching for more of Today All Day.
Yeah.
All day.
It's great.
It's on all the time.
It never ends.
Always. Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.